again. This is Stephen Welsh, President of the International Chiropractors Association, with your daily message for Tuesday, June the 9th. Well, are you ready? Are you ready to start a journey down the rabbit hole? Are you ready to explore the impact that the so-called experts are having on our daily lives? Are you ready to begin to question your own belief system? Are you ready to begin our journey in search of the truth? You see, a couple of weeks ago, I threw down the double BS flag against researchers with an agenda. You know, the researchers who would, rather than seek the truth, have politicized and corrupted science as a means of advancing an agenda. And I would suggest that many are doing so in order to preserve the status quo. Now, it's a major problem among a small group of chiropractic researchers who obviously have an agenda. But for now, we need to focus on what the public is seeing on a daily basis and what is affecting society as a whole. Today, I will throw down the second double BS flag, and it is against the scientific journals that seem at times to make publishing decisions based upon an agenda. Now, today's example will help us begin the journey into understanding why people are losing faith in the system. Why do they not know who to believe anymore? Well, on May 22nd, just a little over 2 weeks ago, The Lancet published a blockbuster peer-reviewed study which found that the anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine was associated with a higher mortality rate in COVID-19 patients, as well as increased heart problems. I'm sure you remember the headlines, but do you realize what the impact of publishing those findings of the so-called experts was? And they published it in one of the most respected scientific journals? Well, here's what happened. In less than 24 hours, the World Health Organization stopped the trials that they were sponsoring. Many national funding agencies stopped or paused their trials. And many of the patients enrolled in those trials read the news about the study and the headlines that created a new set of fears. And then just last week, the VA announced that they had slashed the use of the drug. Well, what just happened a few days ago? Well, both the Lancet and the New England Journal of Medicine announced the retraction of studies that they had just published a few weeks ago. You know, the ones that halted the trials, the ones that had an immediate effect not only on public policy, but on the fears and beliefs of the general population. So what happened to the peer review process that is assumed to be done by experts? Were shortcuts taken because the experts just wanted to believe the study because they knew what the anticipated effects of the headlines would be? And do some of the experts have a vested interest in preventing an inexpensive option from being widely adopted prior to the release of a new, expensive, and/or more profitable drug or vaccine? So today, the double BS flag goes to the Lancet and the New England Journal of Medicine for their obvious rush to judgment. Now, with 2020 hindsight, it is easy to see that the researchers who conceived and executed these studies had an agenda. But there's absolutely no excuse for reputable scientific journals to let an agenda influence their judgment. Are you beginning to see why people are losing faith in the experts? Well, that is my update for today. Tomorrow, we will continue our journey in search of the truth. Meanwhile, make sure you visit the ICA COVID research page. Please reach out and connect with the ICA. If you're not a member, please join today at www.chiropractic.org. We are here for you to help you help your patients, because they do need the reassurance that there is no need for mass panic. And don't forget, you are truly their beacon of hope. And we will get through these challenging times, and we will do it by working together. Thank you.